two girls jump up on the stage and they're just jumping around, going crazy, and then security tackles them and carries them off the stage. I was like, whoa, that was unnecessary, but that's cool. It's a tribute show, man. Let it go. Yeah, we played a show in Chicago, and this random ass siren starts going off, and we're like, what is happening? And they're like, oh, there's a Twister 5 miles away. After we did our 2 hour show, and we're on the elevator gets stuck, so we're on this elevator for going over 45 minutes.
All right, Chris, how we doing, my man?
Doing great. I'm Chris Friday from the Idiots Green Day tributes.
Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me today.
Yeah, dude, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Let's just start off basic. Let everybody know who you are, what you do, and what your current projects are.
Yeah, so current project is the Green Day tribute, the American Idiots, and we've been a band since 2015. And still going strong through 25.
Awesome, man. I'm gonna start off with this, Chris. What's something you wish people understood about musicians or touring?
That it's not always about the Benjamins, it's about the people, because you meet a lot of cool people out on the road. So, but yeah, it's not everyone thinks, you're going to go on tour, make a lot of money, and it's not always the case.
What's the furthest you've ever traveled for a gig?
Oh gosh, Pennsylvania.
Woo.
Yeah, that was a door deal too. So
Oh
that
wow.
was it was pretty epic.
You
We
flew
had a,
in, or you drove?
no, we drove. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the rest of the band flew, and I drove all the equipment and everything. So um, it was pretty sick. It was a fun trip, though.
Have you or any of your bandmates ever gotten hurt while performing on stage?
Lots of bloody knuckles, but no injuries as of yet. Knock on wood. So
We
yeah.
know things don't always go according to plan. We're just human at the end of the day. Things happen. So, have you or any of your band members ever experienced any embarrassing moments while performing on stage? Any funny stories?
Oh yeah, just completely had a brain freeze on Brain Stew, and just kind of rolled with it. But I was just like, oh shit.
You just gotta laugh at it at that point. Things happen. It's live.
Yeah, I was like, my mind is set on, oh shit. What is it, overdrive? Is it gonna bleed? I forgot. So it was pretty funny though. I just did a heyo and the crowd was like going crazy.
Ever gotten really sick on stage or had to push through an illness through a show?
Lots of hangovers, but we worked through it. So, but no, nothing too crazy. So, yeah, that I could think of.
Was there ever a show that made you like really nervous? Before going on, you ever get that pre-show jitters?
Yes, definitely get the pre-show jitters. Mainly because I'm so passionate about playing. So it's like I hype it up and want to give everybody a good show. So it's always good to have some pre-show jitters.
It just means that you care. That's really all it does. If you're not nervous, then you don't care. You know.
Right. That's exactly it.
While performing, have you ever had a security situation or a show had to be paused due to a wild van?
Yeah, so it was at the High Dive in Gainesville.
Okay.
Uh, we just started playing American Idiot, and these two girls jump up on the stage, and they're just jumping around, going crazy, and then security tackles them and carries them off the stage. I was like, whoa, that was unnecessary, but that's cool. It's a
Wow.
tribute show, man. Let it go.
Wild.
It was pretty funny.
Have you ever had trouble getting to a show, either getting lost or something broke down?
No, we've not as of yet. So
Knock on wood.
hopefully, yeah. We've had pretty good luck with that so far. So
Have you ever had any crazy weather delays like lightning, tornadoes, crazy rain?
Yeah, we played a show in Chicago, and this random ass siren starts going off, and we're like, "What is happening?" And they're like, "Oh, there's a Twister 5 miles away, like right next to the venue." And I guess there was a concert going on at the time, and they just all ran off stage. And luckily, we were just at a hotel, and then we played the following day, and it was all clear by then, but it was pretty trippy. I was like, where, like, who brought the siren? You know, like, this is crazy. But
Yeah,
no,
I've
that's the
never
only one I can think of.
never experienced an earthquake before. That would freak me out on stage. If there was ever an earthquake, I wouldn't know
Oh
what
my
was going
gosh,
on.
dude. Yeah, there was just one in California yesterday, like a 5.0. So
Yeah.
it was pretty crazy, but that wasn't a show. So, but
What's the longest you've ever driven to or from a show in the same day?
let's see. We went from North Carolina to, excuse me, North Carolina to Virginia in the same day. That'd probably be the furthest. I think it was like 10 hours or something like that.
And you did a show that same night.
Yep.
Wow. That's rough, man. That's tough, you know?
Yeah, it was pretty tough, but we got through it. So we played at a place called the Blind Tiger in
Okay.
Greenville, North Carolina, and then we went from there to Elevation 27 in
Okay. Yeah.
Virginia Beach.
Yeah. I played there too. Yeah. So, you
Oh,
know,
sick.
and you want to be your best, and sometimes 10 hours on the road can really tire you out, and that can be a little freaky too.
Yeah. Exactly.
Have you ever had to change plans last minute before a show? Maybe somebody didn't make it or something broke down on you, like gear malfunction?
Um, we had like a conflicting schedule, but I had to the kids come first. So I was supposed to play Iron Oak, and then my ex-wife called me and was like, "Can you take your daughter for the weekend?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely." So uh luckily we have a number two Billy Joe, and he kind of picked up where everything got left off. So but that was just one show recently where we had to be flexible.
Yeah, life's gonna happen,
Yeah,
Family comes
so
first.
gotta put the kids first, man, before the rock
True.
and roll.
Do you have any pre-show rituals or even post-show traditions?
Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, does the trick.
Yes, yeah, it gets the pipes ready to go. So, but that, and we sing in a circle for about 10 minutes, but jump around and get all hyped and everything. So,
That's cool.
um, but that and Tennessee whiskey, I would have to say, is the trick.
What are some of the most interesting accommodations you ever gotten for a gig, whether it was food, hotel, gifts, or even special access, other than just compensation?
Oh, right. Well, so we had a show in West Palm and it was connected to a strip club. So we basically, after the show, they gave us a tour of the place, and they gave us like VIP. And um, we actually, one of the stories that I wanted to talk about was at this place. I don't know, should I name the club or no?
West Palm Beach is fine, just in case.
Okay. Okay. So basically, they were giving us a tour after we did our 2 hour show. And we're on the elevator. Elevator gets stuck. So we're on this elevator for going over 45 minutes. And the lady that booked us was in a No Doubt tribute. And I was freaking out, and she's like, I don't know, she thought it'd help me if she started singing. So she starts singing No Doubt. Don't speak, I know just what you're thinking. But she's like right in my face, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is crazy. We're stuck in an elevator. Like,
I mean, that's
and
one of my biggest fears too. I wouldn't like that.
Yeah, but it was just funny because she was singing No Doubt, so it actually ended up working. It kind of chilled me out. It was funny though.
Now, every time you hear "Don't Speak," what are you gonna think?
Always, I'm gonna think of her.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Other
so
other than your gear, what are some of your must-have items that you bring with you to every show or tour?
must-have items would have to be my Dookie pedal because it makes us sound like Dookie, and without it, we would not sound like Dookie. So I would have to say my Dookie pedal plus my Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah. What's what's the funniest thing you've ever seen on stage or out in the audience?
Oh, on the audience, um, would have to be um, actually a band that we played for, or that we played with Blink 182. They're a Blink 182 tribute. And this girl had a sign and it said, "I'm having your baby." So I thought that was pretty funny. But I haven't really seen anything crazy from the stage. Just people jumping around, having a good time. So
What are some of the most unusual places you've performed at?
most unusual. Um, we're playing at a distillery in New York. That's going to be pretty different. That we haven't played there yet, though. Um, Probably, I think Iron Oak is an interesting place because it's like half bar, half music venue. It's very, it's a smaller venue, but I think it's very unique.
What's
So,
the biggest crowd you've ever performed for?
in Chicago, we played for 4,300 people.
Nice.
It's at a wine festival called Napper Nights, and that was a pretty epic show.
What are some of the most random places you've had to get a costume change in?
Ooh, actually, at that show in Chicago, we had a tent and we were all just changing in front of each other. It was pretty funny.
Did the tent at least close?
No, it was just like a open like tent. We had to set up like chairs and shit. It was crazy.
What are some of your goals? What are some things you still want to do in music that you haven't done yet?
So you're kind of limited in a tribute band, right? Because I mean, you can't really make it playing other people's music, but I would just like to continue on the path that we're on, which is just playing all the tribute circuits and just putting on a good show for the diehard fans. So that's kind of what keeps the engine going for us. So
Are there any like specific venues that you still want to perform at?
yeah, like the Ford Amphitheater in Tampa, that'd be pretty sick. Do like a tribute fest or something.
I mean, you never know. Maybe, right?
Yeah, we just need someone to bankroll that, and we'll be good. We'll be good to go. That'd
Are
be
there like any
fun.
non-traditional venues or like a random location you'd love to have a dream concert at? If it could be anywhere?
Um, I would like to play in there's a place in Colorado. I can't think of it. Um, Red Rocks
Yep.
in Colorado. Yes, that's the one. Would love to play there. So that's kind of on the bucket list, for
Beautiful.
sure. Yeah. Um, but pretty much, I mean, all the places that we play are for the diehards. So sometimes it's at a smaller venue. Sometimes it just depends on who's booking us. So we're just kind of riding the wave.
Any hectic travel stories, like crazy tour experiences that people wouldn't think? Give us like a backstage story that we wouldn't know, that only the guys know.
So yeah, we are at House of Blues Orlando and we're backstage and apparently there was someone outside selling tickets for us or something. And so we were backstage, and uh they're like coming up to us. They're like, who, you guys can't do that. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, we're here. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on outside, um, but basically just, that probably wasn't the greatest one, but I can't really think of one off the top of my head.
All right, last question of the day here. If you could talk to your younger self, what advice would you give them?
Oh my gosh. I'd say keep your head up and keep charging, never give up. Just keep doing what you're doing. And no matter what it is, whether it's taking out the trash or working at McDonald's or whatever, just do everything to the fullest and just be happy, and everything will be all right.
I like that.
Yeah, man.